Rynnych ilwi erwi govanem.
Nathanen I ned ol rhenianne.
Gweninin iniath. U arnek inaith I sekeli. Rynnych I beth I penen.
You said you'd bind yourself to me, forsaking the immortal life of your people.
And to that I hold. I would rather share one lifetime with you than face all the ages of this world alone. I choose a mortal life.
You cannot give me this.
It is mine to give to whom I will. Like my heart.
And freeze frame. Before you even say it, I already know what you're thinking. Wow, she pronounced that way different than I remember hearing it in the film. Let's rewind, and here is the reason why. The reason we are in the car is because while I could just imitate whatever Liv Tyler did in the film, I am a stickler for details. I like to make things my own, and I like to be as authentic as possible. So I happen to know somebody who is a published author, a linguist, a philosopher, and the Book of Shazdar is what he wrote, Shazdar. And Shazdar's book is specifically a consolidation of Tolkien's Elvish language with all of the text and information Tolkien ever provided on the subject to help you properly pronounce the language or have an understanding of where he was coming from and what inspired it. It's a really great piece of work. It's available online completely free. But we are going to drive to the source because I need a proper lecture. I would like him to guide me through some pronunciation so that I can do this right. And you can come on this adventure with me. I have arrived. Okay, here we go. Hi. Okay, so obviously I came to you because you're the expert. I mean, Liv Tyler is, the Arwen, so, but like, she did a great job. But I also know that you have some opinions about it, and I know that some of the Tolkien community have opinions as well about how things are supposed to be pronounced. So it is my job as a voice actor to try to dig as deep as possible to find out how to properly pronounce the words of this language. So, in your opinion, based on what information Tolkien has provided the fans, what he's left in his legacy, how do I go about speaking this Elvish language with a proper pronunciation?
So you hit it on the head when you said that Tolkien already provides us with a list of tools, phonology and an orthography to be able to interpret this language, this writing system, as well as speak it. So he creates a number of different languages, and at least two that we can think about in a meaningful sense are Quenya and Sindarin. Quenya is sort of like High Elf Latin, and it's informed almost exclusively by Finnish. Likewise, Sindarin, which is going to be like your wood elves, so to speak, that's going to be informed by Welsh. So because of that, we can look to old speakers of Welsh, essentially, to get an idea of what sounds Tolkien would have heard in his own life that would have inspired him to adopt Welsh phonology as the system of speech for a younger Eldarin group, the Elvish group.
Wel, dwi'n gwybod, mae prydferthwch beth bynnag o'n gwmpas ni'n bob man, ond mae diwylliant i mor gyfoethog, a da ni mor lwcus yma'n hyn. Mae'r môr a'r mynydd y bob peth gynnon ni.
Dan. A pa damwain ydy bod ni wedi cael yn geni yma yn y wlad yma, ond yma da ni'n dwy'n dal I fyw.
Dysgu'r iaith, dwi'n meddwl, ac os dwi'n medru siarad efo nhw rhywun.
Lawr fanna I fi, y môr,
Especially pan oedden ni mewn lockdown, chydig o blynyddoedd yn ôl, so o'n i allan yn cerdded bob diwrnod y ddau ar step yn drws fi.
So there are a few things we're going to hit. Those are rhotics, the treatment of rhotics, the treatment of the voiceless uvular fricative, treatment of R-colored vowels, and finally, gemination. So these are just a few things out of a number of linguistic features that we can look at, but specifically with the sentences that you gave me, these are the things that I think we can, first of all, adopt as being features of Welsh phonology. B, they're a little bit different than the choices that Liv Tyler made and or the ways in which she was directed. I'm not sure specifically. But also, there's nothing wrong with the interpretation. It's totally coherent with what Tolkien provides us. There are just some differences. And I think that what we're going to do is a little bit more authentic. So here we go. So rhotics, those are your R's, any kind of R sounds throughout the world. The way that we with American English vernacular recite rhotics is the same way that Irish vernaculars recite rhotics. It's in the back of the mouth. We hit that hard R. Most rhotics throughout the world are trilled. Your Scottish, or for that matter, your Welsh. Welsh is slightly less trilled, slightly less accentuated than the Scottish trill, but it's still a trill, and that's precisely what Tolkien prescribes.
So it's renech, renech, renech.
Yeah.
Like ra, ra, ra.
Next up, we have the voiceless uvular fricative. This is Bach, the ch in Bach.
So instead of eroe or eroe, it's eroe, eroe, erui, or erui, erui.
Liv Tyler pronounces it a little bit differently, but what we are looking at it, at least the way Tolkien prescribes it, is that your ER should be pronounced like air, literally like air, or in British English, received pronunciation vernacular.
Okay, and these that's all just like she says it, like that is still E. The I's are E's.
Is gemination. Gemination is fun. Gemination like Gemini, like twins. And that's when we have a double consonant. Double consonants are fun in different languages because there's typically a pause on them. Most of the time we have a pause on a sonorant or a vowel. That makes it kind of sing-songy. That's what a sonorant is. So it's a little unusual when we think of consonantal gemination, but functionally we use that all the time. My favorite example of it is the word cattail. We all know what a cattail is, but we pronounce it with this specific emphasis on the second T. We drop that first T and we put in what's almost like a glottal stop. You don't actually say that hard T. It sounds weird. It's an overpronunciation. So likewise with cattail, you drop the first one, put in a glottal stop, and you accentuate that second one. We don't say cat ale like cat beer. We also typically don't say cat tail. That's an overenunciation. That's not in our vernacular. So we say cat tails.
Yeah, that's all really cool. Everything you just said, but look at those. Impressive.
Can't do that.
You know how you get to Carnegie Hall, right? Practice.
Anyway, those are a few of the linguistic features of Elvish phonology that I hope you find to be informative and educational.
So hopefully I won't get massacred in the comment section.
You will.
I did homework. I know. They're still gonna fight. They're still gonna fight. But like, I did. Look at it this way. I went the extra mile, literally, to get this done.